This is class number 77, I believe it's June 12th, 2010. Sudhamangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishacharachamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautame Bhurama Muddhara. Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Sahasranama Tattulya Rama Nama Varanane. Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnama Iti. Athamahasha Sutrani. Ayan Rilrak Ayong Ayauch Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam Javain Garadash Jaba Garadash Kapha Cha 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 Tab Kapai Shashasar Hal Mahasha Sutrani. So last time we finished the Rama Shabda, the Subhanti Pakriya of Rama Shabda. I hope all of you, at least some of you, are practicing this on the Bhagavad Gita, because one of the most common words is the Rama Shabda. If you maybe we'll just spend a couple of minutes in the beginning here to so what we should be doing is going through the Gita and tagging these as possible Rama Shabdas. We don't know because you need to know what the Pratipadikam is. Because it may look like Rama Shabda, it may not be like Rama Shabda. But at least you should be able to say with 100% confidence that this may be Rama Shabda or this may not be. That much all of us can do. For example, let's take the first shloka itself. It says, Sanjaya, hey Sanjaya. This is definitely a Rama Shabda because it is like Hey Rama, Hey Rama. It is like Rama Shabda. Then Dharma Kshetre. Dharma Kshetre could have been like Rame. It's a possibility. If you look up the dictionary, you'll see Dharma Kshetra is a neuter Pratipadikam. Even though Dharma Kshetra, the Prakriya is the same, but it's not exactly like Rama Shabda because this is like Vana Shabda, which you haven't done yet. But you get the same steps and the same similar form, but it's not exactly like Rama Shabda. So even though you can tag it as a possibility, it is not like Rama Shabda. Same thing with Kurukshetra. Samavetaha. This is definitely possible like Rama Shabda. Okay, because Rama, Ramo, Ramaha. But not only that, what you should do is that once you get it, for example, for Sanjaya, don't just leave it as Sanjaya and leave it like that, because you practice the Sanjaya plus Su. Sanjaya plus Su. Then, you can do the Ekavachanam Sambuddhi. So practice all the sutta which we have done. So last time so just go to the document, you can put down which sutta are applying to you, because unless you practice, these will not stick. So we have a class only twice a month, and we don't have that much time in the class. So if I keep going ahead, of course you can take it at your own pace, but still I would suggest you practice as much as possible. As I mentioned to you, we probably had many rules for Rama Shabda because it was our first Shabda. So we had to introduce all the basic concepts. And not only that, it has probably some of the most exceptions. It's the most used, Pratipadikam. It's probably the most common Pratipadikam in the whole language is the Adanta Pullinga Shabda. So it really pays to know this one. The temptation is to just say Rama, Rama, Rama and forget about the sutras. But I would suggest that you can use it to your advantage. If you already know Rama, 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 then try to see how Panini derives those forms. Because if you already know the answer, so you can then take test out the Ashtadhyay and see how it all works. So if you take Sanjaya, then we did Ekavachanam Sambuddhi. So the singular, when you use the address, only the singular form of the nominative singular form takes a special form. So that the pratyaya is called Sambuddhi pratyaya. Sambuddhi. The pratyaya gets the name Sambuddhi, and it comes here. It says, and try to read the vritti, try to follow it, because the vrittis are extremely important. Extremely important. If you know all the vrittis, you basically know all Vyakaranam. If you know all the vrittis, you know all Vyakaranam. So there's another way to learn Vyakaranam is keep on reading the vrittis. And sutra is a little bit more difficult. because you require anuvrittis, you require to know a few more things. But vrittis you can keep on reading. It's a very good way to learn Vyakaranam. Is read the vrittis, and if you don't understand some of it, it's okay. Whatever you can take, you take. So sambodhane prathamayaha ekavachanam sambuddhi sanyam syat. I also mentioned to you that this is also a good way to learn the language also. The vrittis are composed by great grammarians. If they have no grammatical errors or anything like that, there is no arsha prayogaha. It's very straightforward. It's in prose form, not like in poetry where you jumble up and do padanvayaha. So none of that thing. So keep on reading the vrittis from Siddhanta Kaumudi or Kashika, one of the two. And of course, you're always welcome to also post any questions if you don't understand the vritti. So sambodhane, so in a form of address, prathamayaha ekavachanam sambuddhi sanyam syat. So the prathama ekavachanam, that pratyaya gets the sambuddhi sanya. And then we have the next sutram. So once we define that, then engrastvad sambuddhehe. Engrastvad sambuddhehe. In the meanwhile, we also define the anga sanya. We define that yasmat pratyaya vidis tadadi pratyaya angam. So the angam and pratyaya is a relative concept. So the angam is for a particular pratyaya. It's not in a vacuum. So when you add the angam, when you add a pratyaya, it creates the angam. So that to which the pratyaya was added, starting from there up to the pratyaya itself is the angam for that pratyaya. And it says eng rasva sambuddhehe. So it says eng antad dhrasvantad cha. There is a sandhi going on here. Eng antad dhrasvantad cha. This is a sandhi has happened. You can notice there also that this ha has become dha. And then you can, in fact, we have done that rule. By which rule? Well, let me see. Anybody in the class can tell me. This enganta dhrasvanta changa dhal lupyate sambuddheshche. Okay, Ravi has the answer. Anybody else besides Ravi? This is actually it's in two places here. It is this enganta dhasva. This ha has become dha, and one more here also. Anga dhal lupyate. Hal lupyate becomes dhal lupyate. The hakara becoming dhakara has happened in two places. Anybody else in the class? Kartik should do that. Vasudha has it. Or Kartik also has it. Okay, let me give Ravi. Or 4 people have it. Oh, very good. Let me give Vasudha a chance. Let me see. Vasudha?
Engantat, that Hrasvantat, that the Thai change it to Daga, Jalam Jashante.
Correct. Jalam Jashwanti. That the Ta became Da. Jalam Jashwante, so that, so the Padanta, the Dakara became Dakara only, or Takara became Dakara. Either way, it went to the Jalam Jashwante. So, but I'm asking, what I was asking for was, the Ha becoming Tha. So what Vasudha is saying is this Sutram Jalam Jashwante, which is, so the other, what about the other one, Vasudha? Can you tell me which Sutram Ha becomes Tha?
No, this I cannot say now.
Okay, but no problem. Thank you. But at least you got that one. It is in the document, by the way. Okay, let's give Prasanna a chance. Yes, Prasanna.
Yes, Satish. It's 8462. Jayo Honyatarasya.
What does that sutra mean?
That is Jaya Uttarasya Hakarasya Purva Savarnadesha Bhavatya Anyatarasya. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so let's just check all the conditions. So Jayaha. This Dakara is a Jai letter. Thank you, Ravi, also. Dakara is a Jai letter. What is Jai? In terms of Vargiya, what is Jai? You tell me. If you look at the document here, we have Jai means you always, and Maharshi Sutrani should really now be,
Jai, yeah.
practice. So Jai is from here to here.
Yeah.
So Chaturtha Varnaha, Titiya Varnaha, then, Prathama Dvitiya. So this is column number 1, 2, 3, 4. Of the 5 by 5 matrix. So in your mind, when you say Jai, you should try to confirm in your mind what really Jai means. Jai means, if you look at the, Varna Paddhati, and all that, it's column 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we have is, we have the Dakara, which is clearly column number 3. So from after that, and remember the sutram which Prasanna is saying is an 8.4 towards the end of 8.4. So by that time, everything else has had a chance to act. So that 8.462, whatever that number is able to see everything else before it, because 8.468 the Ashtadhyayi ends. So that means this Jalam Yashwante and all that is already been seen. So when we come to that sutram Jayoho Nyatarasyam, that it sees the Dakara there. So Dakara is a Jai. Following that, we do have the Hakara, and that becomes the it takes no person that can tell us how it became Dakara, which is Pura Savarna, right? It becomes.
Yes.
So how was the Dakara chosen? Why was the Dakara? By what sutram? It means Sthanyantaratamaha. Sthanyantaratamaha. You'll take the closest substitute. What are the 5 choices you had? You had ta, tha, da, dha, na. You had 5 choices, right? So now within that, let me find the sutram for the benefit. Give me 1 second, so that I can show the whole class. Yeah, this is the one we're talking about, by the way. Right one is here. Is that is Jayoho Anyatarasyam 8462 Jaya Uttarasya Hakarasya Purva Savarnadeshu Bhavatyanyatarasyam. Anyatarasyam is optionally. In the other case, means optionally. So now, how did why did the ha become Dhakara only, not any of the others? You can look at the dharma of the Hakara. Is it a Mahaprana or Alpaprana?
It's Alpaprana.
No, it's Mahaprana.
Oh, and the replaced one is Mahaprana, but before that is Alpa. I'm talking about Eta Dakara. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the Hakara, because what is happening is that the ha has a choice. Ha is like the bridegroom, you know.
Oh, okay.
Or the bride, you can say rather. The bride. It's a 5 bridegrooms that are waiting for him. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. So he will choose the closest match for him. Or whatever she will choose, the closest match for her. So now she has a, she is a Mruduvarna, which is a, and she's also a Mahaprana. So she's going. So that means that Mruduvarna means ta, tha are gone. It's not. It has no nasal component, so Nakara is gone. Then we have only the dha. Among the dha is Mahaprana. So she will go for the Dakara, because that is the closest match for her. So and the sutra is Sthanyantaratamaha. So first, this is the way you split them. Split them into Alpaprana, Mahaprana. Split them into Karkashavarna and Mruduvarna.
Okay.
In the Khar and the Jash or Khar. And then that's where you can quickly break them down. So you do the Jash or Khar split. And when you do that, because Hakara is a Jash letter, it is not a Khar letter. So it is not Karkashavarna. So it's going to then take only the dha, na, and then among that the Dhaka is Mahaprana. It has no nasal component. It becomes Dakara. So it's good. That's the sutram. That is the sutram. So that is a good way to see what. So practice all these sutras. So in the vritti itself you have. So there's plenty of. Now we have done about 70, 75 sutras. So there's a lot of time for you to practice. A lot of things for you to practice. In the vritti itself you can do a lot of practice. So practice these vrittis which are given here. So let's go back to that. Let's see. What I was saying before is that if you look at the consonant letters here, so we have. I meant hush. I didn't mean. I said just by mistake. I meant hush. So you see if it is a hush letter, which is Mruduvarna, or a Khar letter, which is the Karkashavarna. So the Hakara is part of the hush pratyahara. I think I said just by mistake. I should have said hush. Hush is the soft consonants, and is going to choose one when it's in its family. So what we have is we have the Dakara is here, the Dhakara is here, and the Nakara is there. Nakara has also nasal component, so Ha will not take that. Ha will go only for one of these two now, which is Dha or Da, and the Ha is a Mahaprana. It's going to go for the Dha. So first take the Hush and Khar split, then Alpaprana, Mahaprana. Anyway, so this is a lot of practice that you can do, and this whole thing started from this word Sanjaya. So Sanjaya, then Ingraswad, Sambuddhehe. So that's the one which I was trying to read the vritti for you. So please practice all these sutras. So one more time looking at it. Inganta Dhrasvanda Changa Dhal. Again, same thing here. Anga Dhal Lupyate Sambuddheschet. So if it is of a Sambuddhi. So that was the very first shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. So in the right day you can practice. So Sanjaya, just to finish one shloka, then we'll go ahead. Sanjaya, hey Sanjaya. Then the next one we can look at is Samavetaha. It's an adjective. Adjective to whom? Adjective to, well, Mamakaha Pandava. I can say Pandava. Sometimes it's hard to say what is adjective, what is noun. You know, because Samavetaha it doesn't have, how do you tell that? Because it doesn't have their, its own gender number case. It depends on something else for its gender number case. Samavetaha has only become masculine, nominative plural, because it's qualifying Pandavaha. So it's been driven by somebody else. It's been driven by somebody else. That's the adjective. You cannot tell, what the gender number case should be on its own. Samavetaha. So this is like Ramaha. So Samaveta. So that is Sam Ava Ita. Samaveta. And this pratyaya is Jash. Who wants to do this for me? Samaveta plus Jash. Anybody can do it for me, the prakriya for this. I will give Karthik a chance. He had his hand up before. Just give him a chance. Just start. Samaveta plus Jash.
So Samaveta plus Jash. So first we'll have to remove the it letters by Chutu. So the
Pratyadi Chavarga Tavarga, right? It's so the Jakar. How about Halantyam?
No, Navibhakta Tusmaha will stop that because it's a Pratyaya and it's a Sakara.
So because Sutram Vibhaktischa Sutram, so the thing Pratyas and the Supratyas both get the Vibhakti Sanya. So therefore, the Sakara is, Sakara it's Sanya Nasti. Okay, so we got Anubandha Lope, Samaveta plus As. Now what are the steps now?
Then we'll have Prathamayo Purva Savaranaha.
But before that, is there anything else coming for application?
We will have Akas Savarne Dirgha and Ato Gune.
Ato Gune. And then Prathamayo Purva Savarna.
Purva Savarna.
So then, so the Purva Savarna has said Samaveta. Between the ending Akara of Samaveta and the beginning Akara of the just which became As now, we'll get the Purva Savarna as Ekadesha. Becomes Samaveta. Dirgha. And then of course Sasajishoro Karavasana Visarjaniya. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now the next one, this is how you should practice all of these. This is only one shloka we're taking it because we don't have time. Otherwise, I don't want to leave this, just go on to the next thing and no practice. Because otherwise we'll just keep on going ahead and not be catching on. So I hope that during these 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever you have, you're practicing. And if something is not clear, something wrong in the document, or you're not able to find the answer, please post. We'll try to answer your question. And of course, any correction, we have to correct that. So Yuyut Savaha could be Ramavat. Could have been Ramavat. Because it could be Yuyut Sava Pratipadikam. So there's a possibility. Keep all possibilities open. Keep all possibilities open in the beginning. This is not Ramavat, but I'm saying it could have been possible. If you try to look at the word Yuyut Sava in the dictionary, you'll probably not find it. Not only that, look at the context. Because Samavetaha, Yuyut Savaha, Mamakaha, and Pandavaha. They're all going to be in plural forms. So if you admit that piece of information, then Yuyut Savaha could not be Ramavat. It would use Savaha at the most. So that could not be Ramavat. So even though there was an opening possibility of Yuyut Savaha being Ramavat, it is not Ramavat because it is a plural form. If you look at the Hindi, Yuddha ki Ichha Wale, those who are those, it's a plural form here. It says a plural form. So after that, after you get that information, then it's not Ramavat. It's the Prajapatim Yuyutsu, and we have not done that yet, but we'll see a little bit later. We'll leave that one. So Mamakaha, also the same. Mamako is an adjectival form. So Madiyaha, so mine, or those of mine, those who belong into me. So the same prakriya as we had, Mamaka Pratipadikam is also Pratama Bhavachanam, just Pratyaha, as Karthik said, Chutu, then Pratama Purva Savarna, etc. Pandavaha, also same thing. Pandavaha. Now look at this now, it's an interesting case. Because this could have been Pandu, but this is not Pandu. So this was, the Prajapatikam was Yutsu, Yutsavaha. But this was Pandava, This is a Tadita from Pandu. So Pandava is son of Pandu. So this became Pandavaha. It became Pandavaha, Ramavat. So this became Ramavat. This is not Ramavat, because this is Pradipati Yutsu. And well, it's like Guru, Guravaha. But this is Pandavaha, it became Ramavat, even though there's a Pradipati Pandu also. If it had been Pandu, it would not be, if you have many Pandus, then of course the meaning doesn't make much sense, but it should not be in Pandavaha. So this has become Ramavat, because this is a Tadita from Pandu. Pandava is son of Pandu. Of course, Arjunadeha. So Yudhishthiradeha, the 5 sons of Pandu. Remaining are not Ramavat, because this is an Amvyaya. This could not be Ramavat really, ending in him. And this also could have been Sambuddhi, but it doesn't make any sense. This is a verbal form. So that's how you have to practice. And in Dhritarashtra, same thing. Dhritarashtra, of course, is Prathama Ekavachanam. Yeah, Prasanna has a question. Yeah. Yes,
Sorry, Satish, this is when Karthik ji was doing that Samaveta plus that as the Pratmayo Purvasana. Before that, he said that Atoguna and Akasavanne Dirgha comes, right?
Yeah,
but
application, yes.
But the Atoguna is not going to apply because the Atoguna is a Hrasva Akara, right? Not here is a Dirgha Akara.
No, it's Hrasva Akara, because what we have here, Prasanna, is that we have the this inaugural document. So it is what we have is Sama Veda is a Pratipadikam. And
okay.
Yeah, so this is Ramavat. Remember we say it's Ramavat?
Right,
it's not big Ramavat otherwise.
So I made a mistake. Okay, thank you.
Problem. It's okay, no problem. Don't worry, I make the most mistakes, by the way. So don't worry. I have made more mistakes than all of you combined. And in fact, when I make a mistake in the class, I remember it for life. I have made mistakes, I tell you, anyway, it doesn't matter. So don't worry about making mistakes. We all making mistakes. In fact, it's one thing about Vyakaranam, I know Vasudha has a question, is that even the greatest scholars are not beyond reproach, including Panini, including Katyayana, including Nagesha Bhatta, including Bhattoji Dikshita. Somewhere or the other, there's a small thing. We don't know if it's a mistake. I shouldn't say it's a mistake. But it's controversial, So it's pramado jayate, dhimatam api pramado jayate. Even the scholars, I mean, I'm not a scholar, but I'm saying these great scholars, even there, they are small mistakes. Even Nagesha Bhatta also, once in a while, well, they question. I mean, it could be a typo, maybe it's an editor's mistake, whatever it is, In the Mahabhashyam itself, some of the only one place in Vyakaranam where there's technically no mistake as such is Mahabhashyam. That's the only Grantha which is, there is no such mistake as such. But it's a bit ambiguous in places. So that's, you cannot say it's a mistake or not, there's no mistake. Everybody else, of course, Panini was the first one, so clearly, we have to give him a lot of credit and, a lot of leeway. But still, everybody is subject to, so do not worry at all. Everybody is subject to mistakes. Everybody. Even now, because even Nyasa, even Kashika, even Siddhanta Kaumudi, everybody, they something or the other small thing is there. So don't worry. Okay, Vasudha has a question. Vasudha?
Satish ji, what is that? Kru is, dhatu is, karoti is kru, no? The takarot.
Yeah, kima kurvata, yes.
Kima akurvata. Okay, akurvata means lang lakara, va?
Lang lakara, but it's a Atmanipadi Rupam.
Oh, it's an Atmanepadi Rupam.
It's Atmanepadi form, yeah.
Oh, okay, it's looking new. Okay, this is a third person plural then.
Yeah, third person plural. And normally you're used to saying the Anta form, like Alabhanta, but let me just put that one on there. What Vasudha is asking is that Kima Kurvata Akurvata is a plural form. It's a, what did they do? It's an Atmanepadi form. Normally Sutram is Jyontaha, which you have, but since we haven't done in the class, I'll just give you the sutra just for you, so you can know which one it is. It is Atmanipadeshvanataha. Atmanipadeshvanataha. The Jyontaha is overruled, become Ata. Even though it looks like a singular form, but it actually is a plural form because of that Atmanipadeshvanataha. That Sutram says if you have in Atmanipadam, when you have the Angam ending in, not in short A, Anataha, then the Ja becomes At and not Anta. So that's, I'll give you the number for that. I think it's 771. So that's the reason why it's not kurvanta, kurvata it became. So below jivanta is this one 715. 715 is the one that made it ata and not anta. It's a plural form. But we're not doing all the steps, but just the reason why I'm not saying anta is because there's 715.
Oh, okay. That anti becomes okay. Takara dosa.
Now
I got it now.
you expect to see anta, but it should be, it should become ata. Because 715. Okay, so thank you. Let me see. A couple more questions and we'll go on to today's lesson. Yes, Prasanna.
Satish, this crew is Ubhayapadi, right?
Ubhayapadi, different karane, yes.
Ubhayapadi. And is there any reason why Atmanapadi is used, not Parasmapadi, Akurvan not used
is,
here?
Technically speaking, when it's Kartrabhipraya Kriyaphale, it should be Atmanipadam. When the fruit of the action accrues to the doer, Atmanipadam is to be used. Otherwise, so you can say that, what did they do for the sake of themselves?
Oh,
but you know what, that distinction is gone. Even by the time Panini came, the distinction might have been gone. Because in my favorite shloka in Gita, Ye Pachanti Atmakaranat. Look at the shloka in Gita. Ye Pachanti Atmakaranat. So those who cook for themselves. And Pach Dhatu, Ubhayapadi Dhatu. So easily could have said Pachante. So the shloka says those who cook for themselves. So clearly the meaning is there. And still Parasipadam is being used. So the distinction between that, the Kartrabhipraya Kriya Phale is not honored in the language. So even though you can read into it, but it's now become almost like, the choice of the speaker. So it's Ubhayapadi Dhatu, so both padas can be used, but it's not like Atmanipada indicates too much more than what it is. It might, but it doesn't necessarily so. So okay, we have three more questions. Let me take Nagaraj's question. Yes, Nagaraj.
Satish ji, namaskar. This Atmanepadi Lang Lakara, we used to learn like Ta, Itam, Anta, Thas, Itam, Dom, etc. Anta is it normally Anta is used, and in this case it's Ta, Ata?
There's no such thing as normally. When the Angam ends in short A, like Alabhanta.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to Gana wise, Gana, 1, 4, 6, 10, you'll get Anta.
Oh, okay.
Remaining Ganas, you'll get Ata.
Right. Okay.
The condition is that, see, the sutram says, always go to the sutram. Atmanipadeshu anataha. 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 Not ata. So when the angam doesn't end in short, then you won't get the anta.
Okay.
Okay. That's why always, it is good to memorize some form, but you can always look at the sutram. Let me go to Ravi. Has been waiting for long. Yes, Ravi.
Satish ji, the shloka that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
The earlier line, he says, Bhunjate ter tvagham
Papa.
Papa. So the Bhunjate there, he's using Atmanipada.
Yes, Bhunjate, yes. Because it's a sutram for it, Ravi. It says Bhujo Anavane.
Bhujo Anavane. Yes.
Bhujo Anavane, correct. So that is Atmanipadam, Anavane. Anavana, that Avana meaning is very rare anyway. So most of the time, Bhuj is, I think Gita, all the Bhuj in Gita is Atmanipadi only.
Okay.
Because there's no Avana meaning is not there in Gita. So yes, okay, and the last question, then we'll go on to the lesson. It's already 3 o'clock, but good discussion. I'm glad you are participating, not just me speaking and you listening. Okay, because we have to all make a good recording of this. We are all in this together. So we have to keep a recording for the future students. So that's the goal of all of us together, not just me. Go ahead.
Satish ji,
yes.
This is just a laymanly observation. For a beginner, I have been perennially confused about whether or not one can strictly apply when the fruits of the action accrues.
Yeah, no, that is not. No, that is not. But Vasu, most dhatus are either Prasnipadi or Atmanipadi. So this fruit of the action business only comes through Ubhayapadi dhatu. Otherwise, you have no choice.
Yeah, even in the case of dying, the other day you were talking about Mriyate kind of thing.
No, but there's no choice. No. See, one you're confused. See, if Dhatu Mru, the use in the language is such, there's no leeway, there's no choice, In certain lakaras, it has to be Atmanipadam, certain lakaras Prasnipadam. So there's no choice. There's no question of the speaker having any choice, saying the fruit belongs to the doer or not,
I think here Akurvata is sometimes the poet uses the words to meet the meter.
Exactly. The meter is the overriding consideration. So So more than anything else, that, is the meter. The meter is for the most part, overrides many of these considerations, So particularly this one. This one is not really honored at all anywhere. I've not seen, once in a while there's some rare application, but for the most part, you can forget. Even the Panini keeps on saying, this kartru abhipraya kriya phale, when the abhipraya of the food doer, that, is not honored. So, okay, let me just take Prasanna one more question. Yes, Prasanna.
Satish, one more small doubt.
Sure.
Today morning we are doing Rupa Siddhi for Dhatus, and it's we are doing what is that Buddha to know, and that is Ubhayapadi. I understand that for Pach it makes sense. I can cook for myself and I can cook for somebody else. But that Buddha is how that is can be. I didn't understand.
I guess the fruit of the understanding is for somebody else. I guess it's understanding for the sake of somebody else. It's still possible.
Okay.
A little bit difficult, yeah, right. A little bit stretched, but it's possible, I guess,
Okay.
Understanding for the sake of somebody else,
Okay.
Okay, so let's start.
Thanks.
Today's lesson, what I want to do is that you start doing some, so please practice this. So already half an hour we have used of the class, but I want to do this because I want to do you to, this is only one shloka we did. You can imagine if you go through all the Gita shlokas, and I hope someday this class can contribute by, I know Sudhir has started one, I think Prasanna had one in the Sandhi rules. My objective is that, I don't know if who can contribute this much time, but is to leave behind a document of the Gita, topic by topic, with all the sutras. Of course, we have to see how fine we break the topics. So we can take, Rama Shabda is a big topic because it has many examples, So I think maybe we can do it like that. Once that which has many examples, we have a document for that. Then we can take Sarvanama Shabda. Maybe we can put those together, like Adanta Pratipadikam, Pullinge, and so when people can practice with some confidence, so that will be a great service, because I have not seen such a book. There are many books which do Padacheda, Padanvayaha. There are some books which give the commentaries, but I have not seen any book which gives, the Panini Sutras behind this thing. There may be somewhere. We can use that also. But if you can keep it online, and we can cross-reference the Sutras and Siddhanta Kaumudi to the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, Gita will not have all examples, and sometimes we can also have a document where Gita examples are not there. So that will be a secondary. But Gita will at least give you 70%, 75%. A very majority of examples will be there. So I hope all of you please contribute. Even if you can do half an adhyaya, whatever you can do. Even if you can do one adhyaya for each topic, at least we got something. We got some students can come and practice at least that adhyaya. Then we can do. Sandhi we already have 2, 3, but I don't want to post them to the group unless you have checked them out. Because one thing we're trying to do very hard in the class is not to give any misinformation as far as possible. Of course, I might make mistakes. And I said to you, whatever I say, always double check from Siddhanta Kaumudi or Kashika. That is Pramanam. And of course, Mahabhashyam, if you can read that much. So if not, at least Siddhanta Kaumudi and Kashika. If there's any conflict, then you should take what Siddhanta Kaumudi or Kashika says, not what I say. Because I'm only trying to say what they have said, just trying to make it kind of in English and make it accessible. Okay, let's go on. So today what we do is I was thinking of doing, in fact not I was thinking, we are essentially following Siddhanta Kaumudi Krama and skipping something which we don't really need right now, and going only to those which have an application in Gita and which have many examples. Some of them I'm skipping because, for example, in the after the Adanta Shabda Pullinge in Siddhanta Kaumudi, you will have, also I mentioned to you that the Siddhanta Kaumudi goes in the order of the Maheshwara Sutrani when dealing with these. So when you do the Pullinga Shabda, you start with the Akaranta. You have an Akaranta, word like Vishapa, word like Haha. But those are very rare. Those are rare, and the examples in Gita are maybe 1 or 2 maybe. So I'm not going to do that right now because we can skip that. We don't need many rules right now. There may be like only one example. We can come back and fill those in. I think Sandhi-wise, I think we have completed everything that we need for Gita. For the Padanta Sandhi, I think we have, best of my knowledge. If not, we will add it later. So now, in Siddhanta Kaumudi, what it does is that it then takes a Sarvanama Shabda, because they have a different declension than the Nama Shabdas. Sarvanama is pronoun. Sarvanama means all noun. It's the pronoun. It can stand for any noun, Sarvanama. So let's start that today. Let's see how far we can. We only have less than an hour left, but let's at least do something. So the first sutram I want to give is a Sanyas Sutram. It says Sarvadini Sarvanamani. Sarvadini Sarvanamani. So all the pronouns are listed by Panini in the Sutram 1127. Again, always notice the adhyaya that we are in. We are jumping from adhyaya to adhyaya. So notice the adhyaya number. That don't ignore these numbers, because that will tell you which section of Ashtadhyayi we are in right now. And that is Sarvadini Sarvanamani, is chapter 1, Pada 1. So it's mostly, it's not going to be a Vidhi Sutram. It's not going to be an operational rule. It's only going to be like, this is what this is like. This is like in computer programming, on the top, you declare a variables, you kind of have some declaration statements, something like that, These are declared on top as, this is Sarvanama, this is. It's only definitions, So like any computer program, now we all know some programming or the other, I think, in today's day and age. So in the beginning, we have all these statements which are not doing any operation. They're just declaring things and defining things. That is what the Ashtadhyayi is, chapter 1. It is like that. So most of part only declarations. So definitions, Sarvadini Sarvanamani. So what does the Vritti say? Sarvadini Shabda Sarupani. So these terms, Sarva, etc. Sarvanama Sanyani Syaho. They are Sarvanama Sanya. Very simple sutram, nothing to really break your head over. See, many Panini sutras are extremely simple, nothing more. Take those only for the time being. Only take those for the time which are extremely simple. This is one of them. It says that, these list of words, about 35 of them, they are called, they get a Sarvanama Sanya. Now, there's one thing I should say right now, there's also one more Sanya, which is Sarvanama Sthana, which we have kind of used. We have not studied that as of right now, but don't confuse this with that. Sarvanama Sthana, let me just quickly point out to that, is the Sarvanama Shabda is a pronoun, is the Pratipadikams, which are about 35 of them, which come in 1127. Because why do we need to define them? Because their declensions differ from their counterparts, in the Nama Shabda. Now, on the other hand, Sarvanama Sthanam is a concept which I have not introduced yet. We have not introduced the concept yet because we don't need that yet. And that is some of these Suadi Pratyayas. They get the name, the Pratyaya gets the name Sarvanama Sthanam. So that, just keep that in the back of your mind. So that one is coming here, is the, it's also coming in 1.1, I think it's 1142, Shi Sarvanama Sthanam. That one is, this 1142, 43, it defines Sarvanama Sthanam. So Shi Sarvanama Sthanam, Sudana Pumsakasya. So Sudana Pumsakasya and Shi Sarvanama Sthanam, these are, of course, Shi Sarvanama Sthanam is the first one. These two define Sarvanama Sthanam. So just watch out for that, because these two sound confusing. But what we need right now is this one, Sarvadini Sarvanamani. And whenever a sanya is defined, immediately you should ask yourself, where is this sanya being used? What's the use for us? So pratyekasyaha sanyayaha projanam asti eva. So nishprojana sanya na santi. Na bhavati, not na santi, na bhavati. Santi is plural, bhavati is singular. So na bhavati. So there is no use defining a sanya if it has no prayojanam. In fact, today itself we are going to see the prayojanam of the sanya, because in one of the next sutram itself he says sarvanamnaha. Anuvritti of sarvanamna is coming, jashashi. So that's why we need to define. That's the beauty of Siddhanta Kaumudi. We can follow which sutras Bhattoji takes, and why does he take them at every single place. Because Bhattoji Dikshita, in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, he takes those sutras which he needs to derive the next form. So which we read Siddhanta Kaumudi, which is basically what we are doing here, is that what form are we trying to derive? The same thing you can look in this document. I know Vasudha has a question, I'm coming. So in this document, what's the next form that we are trying to derive? To derive the form Anye, which is down here. So we are trying to get to this form Anye. Anye. This is in the first chapter of Gita, of course, Anye cha bhava shura madarthi tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. So we're trying to get to the form Anye. Now to get to Anye, we have to use all these rules. Okay, so keep that target in mind. We have to get to Anye. So Anya plus jas, we have to get to Anye. So for that we need this sanya, because unless we define this sanya, we cannot use these rules which are specific for pronouns. Okay, let me get Vasudha on the line. Vasudha has a question. Yes, Vasudha.
Sarvadini, what is samasa, Satishji? Bahuvrihi va?
Bahuvrihi samasa. Sarvaha, sarva shabdaha adihi yesham tani. So it is one which beginning with the word sarva. So sarva shabdaha adihi yesham tani. So it is one, it is those list of words whose first member is sarva. Like Indra Deha Devataha, so you can, Indra Deha Devaha, so all those kind of things, So this very common Bahuvrihi compound where you say this, etc. In English means etc. But technically it is those beginning with that. Okay, now the next rule says Jasashi. Vritti is Adantat Sarvanamnaha Jasaha Shi Syat. Okay, this is a small section in 7.1. I mentioned to you many times, which always my teacher used to tell me, is that in the first part of 7.1 is come the Pratyaya Adesha. I think I must have mentioned to you many times already, but anyway, we are going there right now. Because why are we going there? Because this just Pratyaya is going to become She. Just becomes She. And there's two conditions on that. What are the conditions? It's like an if-then statement, These are all if-then statements. Is if, the Angam ends in short A, and it has the Prajapatikam has a Sarvanama Sanya. Then, so if then what happens is that the just becomes She. And if, this is a statement. This is a statement is 7.1.17. Now, just quickly want to give you this section because these rules we are going to see today are, see the Sarvanamna Smai. Sarvanamna Smai is the first one in the Ashtadhyayi. See, Ashtadhyayi, Pani doesn't care. He's not trying to derive, the Anya Shabda for you. He is taking it by, see, why does Pani not put the Sutram for just as She first? Why are you pushing Sarvanamna Smai first? Anybody in the class? Should be easy, but anybody in the class, this should be kind of straightforward. But why did Pani put the Sarvanamna Smai? Because that's the Chaturthi Vibhakti, Tasmai, Sarvasmai. Just as She is Prathama Vibhakti. Then why Ravi should be able to do this for me? Let's see, Ravi can do this, I think. Ravi?
Satishji, I didn't follow the question.
Question is that this Sarvanamna Smai is Chaturthi Vibhakti, Just as She is Prathama. Then why put Chaturthi first and Prathama afterwards,
Because the order of Anuvrittis matters for Panini.
Which Anuvritti is he using here? It's the Nyehe. It is Nyer Yaha. That Nyeha Anuvritti was available to him. He didn't want to lose that and introduce the just as She, and then he lost the Anuvritti of Nyehe. So Panini doesn't care about Prathama coming before, Dvitiya coming second, all that. He wants to keep it as economic as possible, keep it as short. So that's the main objective, So even though, so then because you're asking, you might ask, then how come we are taking just as She first and we are not taking, Sarvanamna Smai in the Ashtadhyayi order? Because we are going by the, by the Rupamala. So we need just as She before Sarvanamna Smai. But Panini has Anuvritti available of the Nyehe. So not to lose that, he put Sarvanamna Smai. In fact, look at that. He put just as She after the Nyasinyoho. Nyasinyoho is coming before. So why is that? Because he wants to take the She down to the next sutras coming here. You see that? So that is why he puts it like that. You can also, can try to appreciate the Ashtadhyayi. Because you might think this doesn't make sense. Why put Chaturthi first, then put the Panchami, Saptami, and then put the Prathama afterwards? Because Anuvrittis are work out to be best, because he took the Gney Anuvritti from top and he passed down the Anuvritti of the She below. So both were used, both were used very economically. So not to repeat any of them. So you are wondering why we are saying just as She is coming first. So always ask, you can kind of play around with the Ashtadhyayi and see how beautifully it has been compacted to be the the kind of the optimal form. Because the Anuvritti of Sarvanamna only goes from 14, 15, 16, 17. So these four sutras, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 7.1, they have Anuvritti of Sarvanamnaha. Not only the Anuvritti of Sarvanamnaha, but the larger Anuvritti of the Ato Bhissa Ais, Anuvritti from Ato Bhissa Ais, this ataha goes to 17 also. So 14, 15, 16, 17 have sarvanamnaha, also have ataha. So these rules here, they apply for those pronouns which end in short a, basically. The ending in short a, sarvanamnas. Okay, so I mean, if the angam ends, we are in the angasya adhikara. We are in the angasya adhikara. If the angam ends in short a, and we have a Pajapatikam which is Savanama Sanya. In that case, these 4 rules apply. Okay, so what does rule say? And very quickly, one more question is that, I think I already gave you the answer, is, when you will see it in a second, is it says here, Jasashi. Padanta Sarvanamnaha Jasashi Syat. So following a pronoun ending in short, the nominative plural ending just replaced by she. Now the question is, well, one question is pending, which is, why put long E? Because of the fact that it is already adantat sarvanamnaha. Because you're going to do ad gunaha anyway. So a plus long E also will give a, and a plus short E also will give a. So then what is that? But then, as I mentioned, the anuvritti of she is going down to other sutras below, and they may not have short a over there. So there, you have to. That's why Panini will use the long E here also. Even though here, because short E would have been better, would have been also okay. And you want to save as many matras as possible in Ashtadhyayi. Don't want to use a long form. Nowhere in Ashtadhyayi really. Panini will use a long vowel where a short vowel could have been used. The moment a long vowel is used, always ask the question. And if the short vowel would have done the job for you, then ask the question, how come a long vowel was used? Sometimes there may be a subtle answer. Most of the time, anuvritti will be going somewhere. So let's find out that. Okay, so now the next question comes that the just is going to become she. The question is, will the entire just become she, or only a part of it become she? So what is the paribhasha for that? See, paribhasha means that they define the rules of the game, They define how to run this Ashtadhyayi engine. It's like a manual, to tell you this is how these rules are to be applied, the rules of the game. And Panini doesn't give all paribhashas. Panini gives some of them, and this is the research topic for PhDs, is to this paribhasha. There's also a text called Paribhasha Indu Shekhara of Nagesha Bhattaha. Over a few hundred rules, paribhashas. Paribhashas is the scholars, they spend researching what was Panini's abhipraya. So Panineha abhipraya, depending on what did he imply by saying all this. And then they make up these, not make up, but they define these paribhasha. But some of the Ashtadhyayi itself is there. And the next one we're going to see today is the one which says the alontyasya. Alontyasya, very important sutram. It says shashti nirdishtasya antyasya alaha adeshasyat. So in this sutram jashashi, the jas is shashti ekavachanam. Jashaha is shashti ekavachanam of jas. And the she is prathama ekavachanam. This also should be a habit for you, is that the moment you have a sutram, do the padacheda and do the, assign the vibhaktis. Vibhakti vicharaha. Because jashashi, jasaha is shashti ekavachanam of jas. And she is prathama ekavachanam. So shashti nirdishtasya, shashti sthani yoga. So that's the place of the operation. Antyasya alaha. Antyasya means ending. Anta means end. Antya means ending. So in place of the ending letter, al means any letter because it starts from end all the way up to hal. So up to that, only the ending letter of the term being substituted gets the substitute. So as a general rule, anything in Shashti, that is the place of the operation. That's taking a substitution. The substitution will only replace the last letter, not the whole thing. Now that creates a problem for us. So we want to replace the entire just by she. One more small point here is that right now we're not doing any chutu or anything like that, because we could have done chutu, remove the ith letter of the chakara, vispatti, adi, chavarga. But we don't want to do that right now, because the entire just is going to go away. There's no point removing the ith letters. The entire box is going to be replaced. You get a little box in the mail, the entire box will be replaced by some other box. So don't open the box as yet. The whole box will be replaced. You got the wrong mail. It's going to be replaced by something else. So don't have to open somebody else's box. So just is going to be replaced by she. So no need to do everything right now. It's not going to happen. So only the substitute, if it remains, then only when you start doing the interaction, at that time we remove these letters. Okay, so this one is going to be telling us that as a general rule, an adeshaha can only replace the last letter, the thing in the shashti. So we have jashaha. So then, but then there must be something stopping this. We want what's called a sarva adeshaha. So sarva adeshaha atra ishtaha. So it has, we need the sarva adesha. And that's the sutram anekashit sarvasya. Anekashit sarvasya. What does it say? Anekalyah adeshaha. Shitcha. So sarvasya shashti nirdishtasya sthane syat. If you have an adesha which is anekal, which has one more, so bahuvrihi. So which has many alls, means more than one al, I should say. Aneka means na eka aneka. It is more than one al, more than one letter. So if the substitute has more than one letter in it, or if it is a talavya shakara as a it becomes sarvasya sthane bhavati. It replaces the whole sthani. Entire sthani is gone. What is our adesha? It is she. She is the adesha. Now comes an interesting question now. In the she, can we use Lashya Patadhyate or not? Let's see what Karthik has to say. Okay, does he have an opinion on that? Karthik, question for you.
Yeah, I think we can apply because we are replacing a pratyaya, so it has that.
Yeah, how does she get the pratyaya sanya?
Because it is replacing a pratyaya.
It hasn't replaced yet. It's trying to replace right now. It is not replaced it yet. Because it can get two ways. Either it can get pratyaya parascha, Adhyaya 3, 4, 5. But we are in 7.1 right now. We are in 7.1.17. So she is an adesha only. Until it comes in place of the just, it is not a pratyaya. Only after the replacement is done, then it gets the sthanivad adesha anal vidhao. It's sthanivad bhava. Right now it is not that. So that is the reason why they say that at this stage it is anekal tvat sarvadesha, natu shitvat. The sarvadesha because anekal adesha, right? The talavya shakara doesn't have the it sanya yet. Because the shakvatadite is only pratyaya. So pratyaya sanya sampratam nasti. So only when the adesha comes, replaces that, then only it becomes a pratyaya. So that's the way they analyze this one. So right now we are using this part of it, anekal. It's a very confusing example, because anekal and both seem to apply these conditions. But the subtle reasoning is that, so why do we not just say, okay, it's going to become, because there are going to be other situations which are going to come, which you need, which you don't want to do this, this chutu and this dashakvatadite, all these things before it has become a pratyaya. In this case, we may be able to get away with it. In other cases, it will not happen. Because in other cases, you may not have the talavya shas and it might be something else. If you start removing it ahead of time, it will lose the anekalness of it. So then we'll be stuck with doing the alontyasya. So even though in this case it might seem harmless to do lashakvatadhyate and then say shitva sarvadeshaha, but that should not be done like that, because of the fact that it is not a pratyaya at this point. It will only become pratyaya once it comes in place of just. It's a subtle point. So here what we're using here is this part of it, anekal, because the talavya sha and the e together is two alls, so it's anekal pratyaya, anekal adesha, I should say. So that brings us to the next. So then after we do that, then we get the anya plus just equals anya plus she equals anya plus. Now once the substitution is done, then we can do lashakvatadhyate by 138 and then become anye 6187. So anye sarve. In fact, you can also work backwards. If you see the word anye, it is not Ramavat. Of course, it could have been Saptami Ekvachanam, but it also could be, that's also could be anyasmin. Even though anya has a possibility of being saptami ekavachanam of anya, if it were Ramavat. If you know the meaning, anya cha bahava shuraha. So anya shuraha. Clearly it is going to be prathama bahuvachanam. So this must be a Sarvanama Shabda. It is not Ramavat. It is Adanta Prajapadikamam, Pullinga Rupam. It's not Ramavat. So then if you see a word like Sarve or Anye or Te or Ye, all these kinds of words, so these can immediately tell you that it's going to be a Sarvanama Shabda. Because it is not behaving Ramavat. So that's how. Now why did I jump to the Bahuvachanam? Because Anyatra Bhedana asti, Ramavat. So if you take Anyaha and Anyau, it's Ramavat. No change. So there is no difference in the prakriya for the Prathama Ekavachanam and Prathama Dvivachanam. There's no prakriya. There is no difference, you know. Now how about the okay, so let's leave it at that. So anye is the bahuvachanam form. So anyaha, anyau, anye. So far we have only one sutram, jashashi. Now I would encourage you again the same thing. One sutram you learn, try to go through Bhagavad Gita. I know this is kind of painstaking, but it really will be very helpful, because you know you'll go through Gita so many times and try to hunt for these words like anye. So they see if you can find any more, like what is a word like survey or any other word you can find, you can tag them. Maybe these could be possibilities of this sutram, jashashi. Okay, the next form which you say the Dvitiya Ekvachanam, nothing special, is like Ramavat. So Anyam, Anyau, Anyan, also same thing, no difference. So you get the Anyan, when you do, you get the Prathama Purva Savarnaha, and then Tasmacha Sonaf Pumsi, you get Anyan. If you do Ekavachanam Anyam, you get Ami Purvaha. So same old rules, you know, nothing special. Titiya Ekavachanam is also, you know, because see the next form you're trying to derive is going to be the Anyasmai or Tasmai. So the bit until then there's no difference between the Rama Shabda and the Sarva Shabda. So Sarvena, Sarvabhyam, Sarvaihi. So Atobisa is no difference. Now what happens is that, to be honest with you, I took this Sutram 73 for the reason that we don't need this Sutram if we want to continue with Sarva Shabda. But most of the examples in the Gita and other texts are not of Sarva Shabda, but Yat, Tat, Pradipadikam. Yat and Tat are very common Pradipadikams, you know. So that's why I took this Sutram Chadadi Namaha, even though it's a little bit out of place. Why is it out of place? Because this is a Dakar and the Pradipadikam. Chadadi Nam. So Chad and the Tad and the Yad, they all Dakar and the Pradipadikams. Right now we are talking about Akar and the Pradipadikams. But what's going to happen is because Chadadi Namaha, they're going to transform themselves to being Ta and Ya. And then we can use the rules that we are studying right now, and then we can get examples in Gita from that. Because it will be difficult to form. I don't think there's any example in the Gita of the form Sarvasmai or Anyasmai, but Tasmai example you will find. So that's why I'm taking this sutram here, even though it's a little bit out of place, to get good examples from Gita. Okay, what does sutram say? Chadadi Namaha. Now, if you look at, I hope that you have also been using the Ashtadhyayi, this one, which Ajita Krishnan has put on the web for us. It has the Kashika Vritti. There are some typos, but it's okay. It has some. Let me just introduce to this Sarvadini. Let's look at what it looks like. In 1127, see what that sutram looks like. It's the Gana. By the way, this is called a Gana Patha. Just like you have the Dhatu Patha. Dhatu Patha is basically a special Gana Patha, the list of Dhatus. The Gana Patha is also a list of mainly Pratipadikams. As Panini says Sarvadini. What is Adi? Adi means, Ke Grihiyante. Which are the Adis? So then you have to go to the Ganapatha. And Ganapatha is another book, appendix to Ashtadhyayi. And the Acharya, for the Vardhamana Acharya, he's the one who composed the, I think it's called Gana Mahodadhi. Mahodadhi is the great ocean of Ganas. So that is the authorized text for Ganapatha. Also, there's one very good book called the Gana Ratnavali that is published by Ramlal Kapoor Trust, and also our Katre from Pune, he also has a Ganapatha book, which is in transliterated form, which gives all the words of all the Ganas in alphabetical order. So these are all Ganapatha books, which is what add to the best of my knowledge. I don't know anybody who memorizes Ganapatha. I mean, these they might memorize. These like Sarvadini might be memorized. Otherwise, the whole Ganapatha, people memorize Sutra Patha, people memorize Vrittis, they memorize Dhatu Patha also, but not Ganapatha. Only some of these important ones only. Okay, let's see what Sarvadini is saying. It says the it should give Kashika Vritti. I guess this is missing over here. These are wrong sutram. No, okay. I took the wrong. I'm sorry. I need 1127. I need is the wrong one. Sarvadini Sarvanamani. Okay, some of the numbers are off by one in this document. A little bit off. But anyway, Sarvadini Sarvanamani is what we need. So this is listed by Kashika. So Sarva Shabda Adir Yesham Tani Imani Sarvadini Sarvanama Sanyani Bhavanti. So these are the Sarvanama Shabda. Sarvanadini Sarvanamani. So it says Sarvaha, Sarvaho, Sarve, Sarvasme, Sarvasma, Sarvasmin. See the example that Kashika gives. Sarve, Sarvasmai, Sarvasmat, Sarvesham. He only gives those examples where it differs from Rama Shabda. Sarvasmin, I'm sorry. And so he gives some other form which we have not studied that. Then Vishwa is coming. Then comes Ubha, Ubhaya. And then he gives some more comments on that. Within the Ganapatha, there are some sutras called Gana Sutrani. Because they might say, for example, take one quick example here, I think some Akhyati Akhyayam, there is sutram here. A quick example of a Gana Sutra. These can be a little bit tricky because you're expecting to find a sutram in the Ganapatha. But there are sutram in Ganapatha also. Ekoda Taha Kechan, let's see, Vakshamana, See, because this is, there should be one over here. But they put conditions on some of these Pradipadikams. These will be, for example, these Purva, Paravara, Dakshinottara, Paradharani, Vyavasthayama Sanyayam. So these will be Sarvama Shabda only in these conditions. So they will be, some words will have 3-4 meanings. Only in 2 meanings they might get the Sarvanama Sanya. Other meanings they will not get it. So all the details also in the Ganapatha. Ganapatha is not only a list, we also make some comments and some kind of small rules in the Ganapatha. So, and then what is Tyad? See, the last part of the Sarvadini is Tyadadi. See, Tyad, Tad, Yad, Etad, Idam, Adas, Ekadvi, Yushmad, Asvad, Bhavatu, Kim. So these are the last, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The last 12 of the Sarvadini are the Tyadadini. Tyadadini is the last 12 of the Sarvadini. So now, that is what we are looking at right now. Is Tyadadina Maha, means this last 12 only of the Sarvadi. And the other thing is that there is one Ishti on this. Look at this one, this Ishti. This Ishti, just like here Panini Sutras, you have the Katyayanas Vartikani, and then you also have the Patanjalehe, so Ishtayaha. Ishti of Patanjali. So Patanjali is used the word Ishyate or Ishti in the Mahabhashyam. And when Patanjali passes an opinion in the Mahabhashyam, he will say Iti Ishtihi, Iti Ishyate. This is the desired form according to him. Basically, those are like rules for us. Okay. So for us, when the word Ishti is used, it means that it's coming from the Mahabhashyam. And according to Patanjali, this Tyadadinam only Dviparyantanam eva Ishtihi. Dviparyantanam eva Ishtihi. Remember these 12 which you just saw over here? These 12, the last Tyadadis, only up to dvi. What Patanjali says, don't go beyond dvi. So only these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only these 8 should be come under the rule tyadadi namaha. So tyad, tad, yad, etad, idam, adas, ekadvi. These others, yushmad, asmad, bhavatu, kim, they are not to be included in the tyadadis. This is what Patanjali says. So we'll take that. So now only these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tyadadi namaha, only those 8. And then what does it say? This tyadadi namaha is you get the akara adeshaha, vibhaktau parataha, vibhaktau, vibhaktau. Now we have to use two rules which we already have studied, which is sutram vibhaktischa, which we saw, I think, in the beginning of the Rama Shabda itself. We saw that not only the sup pratyaya, but ting pratyaya get the sanya vibhakti. Vibhaktischa is, I think, coming way back here. I mean, purvaha. Vibhaktischa. So suptingau vibhakti sanyau staha. So when we had, let's say, when we add tad plus, if you want to make the chaturthi ekavachanam, if you want to make it nye, tad plus nye, so that nye has a vibhakti sanya because the fact it's in the supratyahara. So that we need that, because otherwise we cannot use tyadadi namaha unless the pratyaya following as a vibhakti sanya. So that's number one. And second thing is that, do we replace the entire pradipadikam tad? No, because we just saw today, alone chasya. As a general rule, replace only the ending letter of the shashti nidrishtasya. So tyadadi nam is in shashti ekavachanam. And so we will only replace the ending letter, which is the. So you say tad plus nye when you have. Maybe I'll put this in the document, but I want to just show this sutram too quickly. We already saw it today, and that is the alone chasya sutram. Is alone chasya. See, shashti nidrishtasya antyasya alaha adesha syat. Now, we saw this anekashis sarvasya only if it's anekal adesha. Right now, what is our adesha? Adesha is only a right now. Tadadinam aha. Rasvakaraha adesha. So it is not anekal, it's ekal adesha. So it will only replace the last letter of tad or tyad. Right now we're not taking tyad. The example we're going to take the example of tad plus nye, because the word tyad is not very common at all. It's more like a Vedic word. So the word tyad is not a very common word. So it is, so tyadadi, the famous ones in the tyadadis are of course the tad, yad, etad, idam, adas, eka and dvi. So actually everything except tyad are famous words. This tyad itself is not a common word. Okay, tyad. So we're going to see tad plus nye is what we are going to take as the example. Tad plus nye, chaturthi ekavachanam, tad plus nye. This nye is vibhakti sanya, vibhaktischa sutram, and alone kyasya, this ending dakara of tad is going to become a. Is going to become a. Present rule. So we're going to get ta plus a plus nye is what we're going to have. Now of course ato gune, because you have a non-padanta kara. In fact, that sutram we had not taken as yet, so that will be the next sutram in this document. So that's why I put the vritti, the ending letter. I already used alone kyasya, 152, of the pronouns means sarvanama shabdas, starting with tyad, ending with dvi, because of this ishti from Patanjali, is replaced by a, when followed by a vibhakti affix, vibhakti pratyaya. So that is going to be sup or ting. Of course, these are not going to get tingantas after them because there's only dhatoho, so they're going to only get sup pratyayas. So the example I'm trying to give is from the last dhyana shloka in the Gita Dhyanam, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Murtastanvanti Divyais Tavair Vedais Sangapadakrammo Upanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgate Namanasa Pashyanti Yan Yogino Yasyantanna Vidasura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So Tasmai. So salutation to that God who is all of the above. So Tasmai Namaha. So Tad plus Nye. Now, again, the same thing between ta and a. you would have had akasavani dirgha, but ato gune is a special rule which says that if you have a non-padanta, that's the next rule right now, 6197, ato gune. Akarad padantad gune parataha puraparayoho sthane tararupam ekadesha bhavati. If you non-padanta akara, this is in the puraparayoho ekadesha, in that section, we have this rule. This is very, very important rule. Because this is important rule because I think akasami dirgha and adgunaha and echayava yavaha iko and achi. I think those all of you kind of know, as very easy. But this one is you might tend to overlook a little bit. So you should add this also to that list of those sutras which are very common. Atogun. This is only if it's a non-padanta akara only. It should be followed by a letter which has a guna sanya. In that case, Puraparayoho ekadesha is pararupam. Do we have that? We have ta plus ta. So this is the akara. The takara uttaravarti akara. The akara of this akara over here. And this is what's guna? Adeng guna. 111 adeng guna. So short akara and then the eng, ao. So this has the guna sanya. So Puraparayoho ekadesha is a pararupam ekadesha. This plus will give the pararupam which is a. So that is why we get the form ta plus nye, ta plus nye. So these two rules I just took, as I said to you, because I wanted to get some good examples. Okay, if you had Pratipadikam Sarva or Anya, you don't need these two rules 7, 3, 7, 4. But because these Pratipadikams are very common, important Pratipadikams, which we can get many examples, particularly Tad and Yat are extremely common. So I wanted to introduce these two rules right now, even though they're a little bit out of order. Okay. So we got ta plus nye. The Sarvanamna Smai. Remember that section from 7114 to 7117, which we already used one sutram there, Jashashi today. Sarvanamna Smai is the first one in that list because how do we know it's the first one? Because Anurutya Sarvanamna goes down from there. Sarvanamna Smai. And as we have been discussing before with Ravi is that the Anurutya of Nyer Yaha, the Nye is being used judiciously to come to Sarvanamna Smai. So the Smai is also a Anekala Adesha. Anekal Shis Sarvasya. But anyway, it doesn't matter because Nye only one letter is there, A. Because if the Sthani has only one Al, doesn't matter because there's no other choice. You will replace that Al anyway. There's no second possibility. Only when the Sthani has more than one Al, then only the question comes: do you use alone Tyasya or do you use something else? Or do you use the Anekal Shis Sarvasya? If the Sthani has only one Al, like Ne has only one A, Anubandhalope A, doesn't matter whether it's alone Tyasya or not. But anyway, Smai is Anekal Adesha. So regardless, it's going to replace the whole Sthani. So Sarvanamna Smai. So what does the Vritti say here? Vritti says that Ataha Sarvanamna, from the Ato Visa Ais, Anuvritti of Ataha is coming down, Ataha, from Ato Visa Ais. That one is here from 719. So Ataha, so following a Anga ending in short A, Sarvanamna Nye, following a Angam, the Paribatikam which has Sarvanama Sanya. Sarvanamna is, Panchami. Sarvanamna Nye ityasya smai syat. Following a pronoun ending in a, the affix nye is replaced by smai, Sarvanamna smai. So ta plus nye equals tasmai. And we don't need to think about whether you're going to replace the beginning letter, ending letter. There's only one letter, A. So it's going to become tasmai. So a simple rule, nothing special. Sarvanamna smai. Again, a very simple which you can take and make your own. But remember the conditions though. If you just remember Sarvanamna smai, it is not enough. You need a angam ending in short a. So this is the difficult thing about sutras. If you remember only a sutram Sarvanamna smai, without Anuvritti Ataha, then you will be confused. Because now you're going to see later on, Padipadam like feminine, right? Namastasya, Namastasya, Devi Mahatmyam, become Tasyai. Then what happens to Sarvanamna smai over there? Because you don't have the angam ending in short a. So that's why people memorize vrittis. That's the vritti is memorized. Vritti smaryate. because that contains all the nivrittis and any other things which have to be done. So this is the one you want to remember this as a shortcut, as a short like a tag in your brain. But really you want this one. If you talk to these any of these scholars, they will immediately do this and this back to back. So that is what, of course, I have not memorized them like that, so I don't have authority to tell you. But that is what is, at least if you don't memorize, at least refer to them like that. If you just remove Samanavna Smai, Anuvritti of Ata is not there. Anuvritti is coming, it's not in the sutra. So you can try to memorize sutra in the Ashtadhyayi order. That will help you get more anuvrittis in your system. Or memorize the vritti, and that also you can double check. Okay. Particularly if you are not doing in the Ashtadhyayi order. If you're doing only Siddhanta Kaumudi or Laghu Siddhanta, which is what we are doing here, that's the biggest danger. You lose the anuvritti sequence. And now you can make major blunders if you don't know anuvritti is coming down. So then it is almost imperative to memorize the vritti. You have no choice. There's no, because if we're not doing the Ashtadhyayi order, so how do we know it's going to be Ataha? Because if you do the Ashtadhyayi order, you can see Ato Bhisais is coming down and then da-da-da, Nisarvanavna Smai. But here we're not doing that. We're just taking it out of, just out of context. So then you have to memorize this now. That is a good thing. Okay, so that is one. One more thing I want to mention to you right now is that the Sarva Shabda, the Sarvanama Shabda, differs from Rama Shabda in 5 places. In 5 places. One is the nominative plural. Sarvaha, Sarvo, Sarve. We already saw that. Yashashi was the sutram. Second one is this one. Chaturthi ekavachanam. It is Tasmai or Sarvasmai. Sarvasmai. Then comes the Panchami ekavachanam. Becomes Tasmat. Yasmat. Because it should become what? Ramat. So it doesn't become Ramasmat. Because what is the Chaturthi of Rama? Become Ramaya, not Ramasmai. So Ramas, so Tasmai is the second one, Tasmat is the third one, then Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam, chapter 10 of Gita. So Tesham, instead of Ramanam, it didn't become Ramesham, but Tesham, that's the 4th form. The 5th form is instead of Rame, you get Tasmin. So Yasmin, Tasmin, Sarvasmin, like that. These are the 5 places only. Now, the tricky thing is that in the feminine, when we come to that maybe next month, or whenever, in the feminine also there are 5 places, but different 5 places. The feminine also Sarvanama Shabda differs in 5 places, but different 5 places from these 5 places. But anyway, right now let's not confuse. The 5 places here are the Prathama Bhavachanam, the Chaturthi Ekavachanam, which is the Tasmai Panchami Ekavachanam, Tasmat, the Shashti Bhavachanam, which is Tesham, Sarvesham, and the Saptami Ekavachanam, which is the Tasmin Sarvasmin. So right now we've done how many? We have done 2 of them so far, the Jashashi and the Sarvanam Nasmai. The next one we'll do 2 more. Again, very simple sutram, nothing very special. This is just the next sutram in the Ashtadhyayi, 7.115. Nyasinyoho smatsminau yatha sankham anudesha samanam. So respectively, the nyasi and ni, so this is nyasi, of course, is the Panchami Ekavachanam, the ni is Saptami Ekavachanam, and they take the adesha of smat and smin respectively. An anuvritti of the same anuvritti of ataha sarvanamnaha. Ataha sarvanamnaha. Nyasi nyoho smatsminau staha. Smatsminau taha. So following a pronoun ending in a, the affix nyasi and ni replaced with a smat and smin. Nothing very, Sutram itself is very straightforward. That's how if you follow the same steps, you get tad plus nyasi. Again, why am I taking tad? Because the examples are there in Gita. I don't think we have sarvasmat or sarvasmin in Gita. I don't think we have that. But we have many places. We have, tasmat, many places we have. In this shloka in 2nd adhyaya, tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddha gata nishchayaha sukha dukkhe samaya kritva labha labho jaya. 2nd adhyaya. Tasmad uttishta kaunteya. This one is because the Hato va prapsisi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmaduttishta kaunte uddhakita nishchayaha. It's number 37. In fact, I know it's number 37 because, this second chapter has 72 shlokas. It's a long chapter. Sometimes in the class we decide only half of it sometime in the class. So this is the shloka we started the second half of the second chapter. The second half of the second chapter of the Gita starts with this shloka. Hato va, very famous shloka it is. Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmaduttishta kaunteya yuddha krita nishchaya. Anyway, tasmad, so tad plus nyasi, panchami ekvachanam. Then we do the chadadi namaha, same steps as before. Ta plus nyasi. Nyasi is part of the sub pratyahara, and because of vibhaktischa, it has vibhakti sanya. Chadadi namaha vibhaktau parataha becomes ta plus nyasi and becomes then tasmat. So here the smat is a anekala desha. So it is entire nyasi is gone. Anekashi sarvasya becomes smat, tasmat. And then the similar thing with smin, we say, sixth adhyaya is the okay, this is a typo. Okay. Is that this one is the wrong number. I'll change that. This is the sixth adhyaya. What I meant to put was I did a copy paste. Okay, let me show in the Gita which one I'm talking about. This is a typo because this 237 is this one, tasmat. This one is I put the same number down there in a hurry. The one I'm thinking about is that yasmin sitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha sanyoga yogam yoga sanyatam. I'm sorry. So the one that I'm looking at is the 6th chapter. So please change. I will change it and I will correct this document and I will upload the new document. It has the typo. Okay, the one that I meant to put was this one. Yasmin sitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidyad. Here it is. Yasmin sitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. So I meant to put 6.22. So please make a correction for me. I will upload a new document. So 6.22. You have Yasmin sitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Please also make it a habit, by the way, is to when you see any pronoun, always find which is the noun behind it. Which is the noun behind? Don't leave it until you know it is standing for some noun behind it. That is what is driving the declension of that. The tasmat means tasmat karanat. So karanat. So technically speaking, the tasmat probably is not a pullinga shabda over there, but it doesn't matter. You can use the same sutram we can use to get the form tasmat. So yasmin sutram dukkhe tam vidya dukkha sanyogam yogam yoga sanyatam. So yasmin yoge. So always see what is behind that pratipadikam in the Sarvanama Shabda. So yad plus ni when we have, again this is for Chadadi list, it is there. Chadadi namaha. Okay, there's a question. 7125. Is 7125 in Chadadi? Let's see, what is 71? There's a question. That's a question. Dataradibhya. No, 7125 is only Dataradibhya, Panchabhya, only for those 5. Let me unmute her. Yes, Radha, you there? Okay, the question was of 7125.
Yeah, Satishi?
Yes, 7125 is only for those 5.
Sorry,
Dataradibhya,
7115. The Nyasi.
Oh, 715, not 25. 715.
Yes. A typo, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. See, the Dvi Pratipadikam is only Nitya Dvivachana Shabda. It will not take the Ekvachanam. So even though technically yes, but it doesn't matter because the Pratipadikam Dvi, Nitya Dvivachana Shabda, it will only decline in the dual forms. So it will not take the Chadaji Namaha it will take, but it will have no possibility for applying the smat and smin for the Dvishabda. It's always only dual.
Yeah, you said like up to Ishti we are applying for the.
Correct. Chadaji Namaha will apply.
Okay.
It becomes Dva, but it's only decline in the dual. So the smat and smin and the all that will have no chance to apply for dvi pratipadikam. You only have dvau, dvau, dvabhyam, 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 dvayoho, dvayoho. That's all. So that Tadadinam includes dvi is correct. And you get Tadadinam aha applies to dvi, to become dva, but it has no singular and plural forms. So the smat and dvi will never have the pratyaya nyasi or ni or nye after dvi. So that's the reason why it is not coming. But
okay.
yeah, so dvi is, Tadadi list has dvi, it will take the sutra, but there will be no occasion to apply these particular ones because it's only nitya dvivachana shabda. Okay, so in yasmin pradipadikam, so yasmin we have yad plus ni, again Tadadina maha, the ato gune become ya plus ni, and then the nyasinyo smat smino. So becomes smin, yasmin. Last one for this, that was the fourth place. So third and fourth place was this one, the Panchami Ekavachanam, Saptami Ekavachanam. And the last place is the Shashti Bahuvachanam. Ami Sarvanamna Sut. Ami Sarvanamna Sut. I think also is a typo here. I'm sorry. It's the wrong sutra number. Ami Sarvanamna Sut is not that number. Okay, I'm sorry. Put another typo. So Ami Sarvanamna Sut is not that number. I'll give the right number for that because I did a copy paste on the prior one. So what this sutra says is that if you Sarvanama Pratipadikam, Avarnanta Sarvanama Pratipadikam, it's Avarnanta, it's slightly different now. So this is coming in a different section. The Ami Sarvanamna Sut is not in the same section that in that 1.4 section. So it's coming in the 7152. 7152 section is coming. Let's look at that sutra for 1 second. It is the Anuvritti is coming of At, not Ataha but At. Means Avarnanta. So if it's Avarnanta Angam if you have, and if this Am has been applied to Sarvanama Shabda, in that case you have to do, it takes a Sut Agamaha. Sut Agamaha. And because if Halantyam, the To is an It, and the Upadesh Ajananasika It, the U is an It, so you get the Sakara as the Adi Amajavaha because of the Adyantau Takitau. We had the Sutra last time when we did Nut Agamaha. In Ramanam, we had Nut Agamaha. So we have a Sut Agama over here. So that is only if the Angam ends in Avarna, to be long or short A. Right now we have short A. And the Am, which follows, in that case, there's also one more small detail here is the Ami is Saptami. Savanamnaha is Panchami. Now who takes the Agamaha? Because where is the Shashti Nirdesha over here? What's in Shashti Nirdesha over here? Is it because normally Shashti Sthani Yoga? So the Agama should come in the place of the one which is in the Shashti Bhakti. But there's no Shashti, then what do you do? Do you do it for because the Sarvanamnaha is saying that do the action to the right of me. Then the Ravi has the answer, good. And the Ami says, because Tasminiti Purvasya, Tasmaniti Uttarasya. So this Tasmin says, do Purvasya, Tasma Uttarasya. Then who takes the Sut Agamaha? Yes, Ravi has the answer, good. Yes, Ravi?
There's a paribhasha, Ubhaya Nirdeshe, Panchami Nirdesho, Baliyan.
Correct. So Ubhaya Nirdeshe, when you have a Panchami Nirdesha and Saptami Nirdesha, then Panchami Nirdesho Baliyan. The Panchami is the one which overrules, which dominates Baliyan. It's more powerful Baliyan. So the Sarvanamnaha will tell you, do it to the right hand side of me, to the Uttarasya. So that Am, even though Ami is in Saptami, that Panchami is the more powerful indication. So that Ami will become like Amaha, will get the Adesha, get the Agamaha, Sut. So Sarvanamnaha, Ami. So let's see, do we have all the conditions satisfied? I know time is up. The last example for today is Avarnanta Dangat, Parasya, Sarvanamnaha Vihitasya, Amasula Agamas. So the Sut comes. Look at his Vritti is slightly convoluted because of the fact that because the Savanama that we have, Savanama Shabda is Tad. It's not Adanta. It's going to become Adanta when you do the Anga Karyam of the Chadadi Namaha and all that. So So then after become Adanta, then we can apply this rule Ami Sarvanamna Sut. So the Sarvanama Shabda doesn't have to be Adanta to begin with. As long as the Angam is Adanta, Adantam Angam, then we can apply this rule. So when you have Tad plus Am, becomes again Tadadi Namaha Ato Gune, and Pararupamekadesha becomes Ta plus Am, it becomes Ta plus Sam, Ta plus Sam. And we use Adyanto Takitau 1146, which you saw before, and also the Alantyam and Upadesha Jananasika it become Te plus Sam. Again, the same that we saw in the Rameshu, which you saw last time. Rameshu is the Adesha Pratyayoho. Adesha Pratyayoho is that if you have the in Pratyahara preceding, in Pratyaya letter preceding, or the Ka Vargaha, and following is the Dantya Sakara, which is either a Adesha or Pratyaya Avayava. Interesting thing over here is that this Sakara was not an Adesha, it was an Agamaha. Then how come can we apply it here? Because this 8359 requires the Sakara to be Pratyaya Avayava. There also is a Paribhasha. Paribhasha which says that Yada Agamaha Tad Guni Bhutaha Tad Grahanena Grihyante. Means basically, I think Ravi had the Paribhasha. I think that's what Ravi's hand is up. Ravi?
Yes, Satish, the same thing.
Same thing. So that is the Paribhasha, which says when an Agama comes, it becomes part and parcel of the thing which it joins with. It is not a separate unit. It cannot do any interaction like Guna, Vriddhi, nothing it can do. It just comes and Mitravad Agamaha. It just comes and joins that. So even though the Agam, the Pratyaya was Am only, when we did a Sut Agamaha, it became Sam. And the Pratyaya, the new Pratyaya is Sam, because the Sa just comes and joins, and Tad Guni Bhutaha. They become part and parcel of that. And they go with that. Wherever the Pratyaya goes, the Agama goes with it. So now that's become like one unit. That Sam is a single unit now. It's not two units. So that's why 8359 can apply. Because 8359 requires the Sa to be Pratyaya Avayavaha or in Adesha. We didn't do any Adesha over here. We don't have any Adesha. But that Sakara is considered Pratyaya Avayava because of this Paribhasha, Yadagama Tad Guni Bhutaha Tad Grahena Griyante. Which simply in English means that when you add an Agamaha, it just comes and joins, it becomes a part and parcel of the Pratyaha, and it goes with it. Whenever it goes with it. So Sakara is a Pratyaya Avayava because it came by an Agama route. And of course, Krishna, we have the end, the A is the end over here. So that causes the Murdhanya Adesha, it becomes Tesham. And of course, many places Gita. Satesham Stata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam. Very famous shloka of Gita. Tesham Stata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Is those who are always engaged in bhakti and they worship me with devotion. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. I give them Buddhi Yoga. Yedamam Upayantite, by which they come to me. This also in the 12th Adhyaya. Klesho Dikataraste Sham Avyakta Satya Chetasam Avyakta Higatir Dukkam Dehavadhir Vapyate. So anyway, so many places in Gita, we are out of time, but you practice these. There are 5 places, okay, 5 places. Which one are they? Nominative plural becomes Sarve or Anye. Then Chaturthi Ekavachanam. Tasya Tasmai Yasmai Sarvasmai. Panchami Ekavachanam becomes Tasmat Yasmat. And the Shashti Bhavachanam becomes Tesham Yesham. Saptami Ekavachanam Tasmin Yasmin, etc. So these 5 places try to find in the Gita. We can find where the Smai comes, where the Smat comes, where this Tesham, Esham comes, and where also the Smin comes, Smin. And if you can, also try to find the Prathama Bhavachanam. Okay, so let's stop with this today. And we'll come back in 20 minutes for the Ramayanam. Again, this is session number 77, June 12th. And let's stay back for question to the Mangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyam Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasanama Tulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Ondamaiti. One more thing before I forget, I'm sorry. Radha has a good question. Don't stop the recording as yet. One more thing. This step over here I didn't mention is Bhavachane Jhaliyet. The same thing, the arm became Sam. So it became a Jhali Pratyaya. Pratyaya became Jhaladi. It was not Jaladi before. It was Am before. It became Sam now, the same paribhasha. When the Agama comes, it comes and joins the Pratyaha, becomes a part and parcel of it. So this Am has become Sam, it becomes Jaladi, then Bahuvachane Jaliyet. Bahuvachane Jaliyet. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that step. It's in the document. I mentioned that step, that because of that, this became A. Bahuvachane Jaliyet, we had this sutram last time. We have the Adantamagam and we have the Pratyaya Bahuvachana. And the it's a Jaladi Pratyaya, then we get the Ekara Adesha, Bahuvachane Jaliyet. So it becomes the Tesham. Like we had last time in the Rameshu, same Bahuvachane Jaliyet. So that also is possible only because the Sakara became a Gunibhuta of the Pratyaya here. So yes, sorry about that. So Bahuvachane Jaliyet, and then after that we do the Adesha Pratyayoho, Mudanya Adesha. Okay, you can stop recording if you want now.